them, if you come to my door, prepare to see nothing but naked flab going everywhere. At the same time, they told me that if I do that, they're going to come by all naked too, and that kind of scares me. I don't want to see some baggy old women, and that's just wrong.
Well, Mormons are getting desperate to bring people to heaven.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, they just got to their lowest point in the world of, well, if you come naked, we'll come naked.
I am just happy that you're willing to confess this, not just me, but our audience too. So.
Ah, son of a bitch. Well, according to Soren, we need to have a cross-religion orgy. That's the only way to make our differences go away.
I think I might pass on that one, but that's only because I'm not much of a sharing kind of guy. Like, I got a whole bag of chips to myself right here, so.
Yeah, you fucker.
The good Canadian ketchup chips. That's right, our Walmarts sell ketchup chips.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ketchup chips?
Yeah.
Really, Dorian? Gag.
Ketchup chips. And root beer.
Oh,
so,
but
nice.
we have root beer too, but.
You guys aren't all bad. We got your some of your good stuff.
Ugh. Ketchup chips. Oh. Oh, dear lords. Oh. Oh. Well, I have vanilla Coke, so. Granted, I have to get up and get it, but yeah.
So I'd like to welcome everybody to the full head of hair new Heathen Haven special. You must have minimum this amount of hair to now be on the show. New rules set by me. I'm your new host. So.
No, Logan's just out sick.
Yeah.
Everybody can have a sick day.
Too much Black Friday meatball specials or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So.
Let's just say he went to buy a TV and was trampled by an old lady in a walker. Let's just go with that. It makes him sound brave.
Trampled by an old lady.
With a walker. She has a walker. So she kind of beat him with it. And
I'm just imagining like he's trying to walk with the TV and she's like catching up behind him. It's just like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Oh.
So
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, even though you guys don't have the same Thanksgiving we do you have the same Black Friday we do?
Yes, but to an extent. Black Friday in Canada is more of a luxury item sale day. Like, not every store will do it, but a lot of your Best Buys, your Walmarts, your tech stores, furnitures, everything luxury will do it. So, like, for example, our chapter here didn't do it, but our Source by Circuit City or whatever it's called did it. So,
wow, sounds a lot more peaceful than what we have here, where you have people camping out. And from the videos I've seen, the people in Canada are so much nicer when it comes to Black Friday. Us in England, no, we beat the shit out of you people just to get a goddamn TV.
Wow.
The UK does Black Friday as well, and I've seen a few videos from there, and oh my god, they're more violent than we are. And we have guns.
I've seen a video of two American moms, and one pulled a gun on another mom over grabbing a last item of some kind. I can't remember what it was. I was just like, holy shit. Oh, so you've seen the same video then, too.
Yeah. People get desperate when they're like, it's a good deal. You're just thinking, you do realize they have that product in the back, and they'll restock it within the next 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
They do this. It's called supply and demand. They make it look like their supply is very, very low when actually it's not. I mean, they do make things look out to be a good deal, and sometimes they are. I mean, I prefer Cyber Monday because I can technically do everything online. But I'd rather get a $400 laptop for $200. So,
well, there's no item worth jail time over or worth hurting yourself or someone else over.
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, a TV is a TV, and oh no, it's about $500 off of its normal price. Yeah, that's because it's actually an obsolete model. The thing is it's material goods. I mean, you just spent an entire day being thankful for the shit you have. Now you're going to go beat somebody up for more shit.
So I'm just saying this now because I'm not sure if Zabor is in the chat room.
She
You were
is.
notified by Hellbound that you were interested in coming on the show. So that's what I have my phone out. I'm not leaving you guys out right now. I'm just making sure that if she's here, I can get her on the show, send her a link or something because she is our special guest for today. So
If not, we can always make her a special guest tomorrow. Hold on, I gotta replug in my phone because I just yanked it out of the wall.
oh man. Oh, and she even turned off her camera. I'm like the only one with the camera now. So how are you guys doing? Hopefully everyone is okay for Black Friday. I've heard horror stories about you guys in the States and your love of sale prices. Let's see. There she is.
There we go. Yeah, I don't think everybody wanted to see my fat ass on the camera, so yeah. I'm being graceful to you guys. That's my gift to you. You only get one of them. Yeah, Black Friday, like I said, I just stayed inside. It's safer.
All right. She's here on. All right. So she's here. How do I message her now?
I don't know. I know I have her on Facebook. Hold on. I just got a tweet from something. Oh, wait. No, that was my Skype.
Right. Well, I'm challenging you now to keep people entertained while I contact Zabora.
Okay. Good luck with that one. Why do people want me to entertain people? I don't understand you guys. Well, Kawaii Witch just got out of the shower, so there's that. Hi, Witchy Jim. Let's see. Facebook. Then there's Leon's here. I am trash. Moat LeBro. Moat is here. Yeah, I've been seeing her name pop up on Planet Dolan so many times right now, Moat. Luna's here. Trevor's here. Yeah, so it looks like the normal crew is around. Hey, we already got 1 like on the video. Hey, look, I just made it 2 because I am a self-promoting whore.
All right, Zabora, I sent it through the Google. Oh, I dropped my mouse. So you did get it. If you check your Google, like your YouTube messages. Awesome. Oh, I got too many windows. Right. So we have another Satanic Panic video for you guys. This one is from 1989, so it's just before the perfect 1990s. So, you okay?
Oh yeah, I was just fixing something. Again, with Max, I have to do a lot of different weird crap. I guess I have to get a different cable. I have to figure out how the actual sound setting works. Because it can't be simple. So I think we promise when it starts being December that we'll do like some of the put Christ back in Christmas videos.
Oh man, I gotta find a Jesus costume. Just wear a Jesus costume with a nice Santa hat on and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I'll look at you and go, you do realize Santa's really Odin, right? Where's your iPad, bitch?
Or I'll put on my priest costume that I got right behind me and stuff like that. Start inviting our guests to come sit on my lap.
Oh, God. No, Dorian, behave. I actually have an idea. I can send her the link via Facebook Messenger.
Perfect. I put the link in our own private chat, so.
Copy. Let me actually load up Facebook because I can.
And we actually have another. We are actually having more chick tracks coming down the line. I'm not sure if it's going to be next week or the week after, but we found a couple chick tracks. More of the more of the popular ones. Like we got the Dark Dungeons, we got the Emily, we got a couple good Christmas ones. So
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Yeah. If you haven't guessed, I'm not a Christmas Carol kind of person. Your Facebook, load faster, you slow piece of shit.
All right.
When was the last time I talked to Zabora? Dear God. I talked to a lot of random people on Facebook.
Oh, too bad Hellbound isn't here. He's good with just stale, dead talk. We need the old man here, you know?
Well, I mean, going through my Facebook friends, I have a lot of weird-ass friends, so yeah. Oh, fuck it. Where is the find new message? New message. So
I'm just going to get everything ready.
Loading. Let's see. Zabora. There we go. Paste. And I've sent it to you via Facebook Messenger. Because I know how to use technology sometimes.
And no, Witchy Jim, I did not say dark sex dungeon. I don't think either of us, I don't think anyone on this show has the budget for that personally, but I could be wrong.
I don't, unfortunately. I don't even have a basement, okay? Does my closet count?
But if this show ever does tank, that would be a good little spin-off. The Heathen Haven Sex Dungeon. Patreons only. $100 a month plus subscriber base, so...
Well... We have 115 subscribers. I mean, that's better than none. Yeah, Moat, I can see you having a murder pit.
So the video is ready. We have, it's called Devil Worship, The Rise of Satanism. And it is called...
Yeah, there's a lot of videos like that, though.
Oh, man. The description of this video is the best. So, Devil Worship is a tour de force of hysterical tomfoolery. My favorite moment is the founder of satanic offshoot group, Temple of Olympus. So this is about the Temple of Olympus. If anyone's ever heard of that group.
I have. They're in England. From what I remember, but it didn't last long.
Oh.
There's a lot of things like that come up, like the Temple of Olympus, or this of that, or they like, oh, they have to be Satanists because they worship pagan gods. Thing is they weren't Satanists for as far as I knew. They were they were just neo-pagans that went by the Greek gods.
All right, she's almost here. She's just installing Google Hangouts.
Yep.
I didn't realize you had to install Google Hangouts. Maybe I'm just getting old.
On your phone, you do.
Mm.
On your computer, you do not.
Awesome. So, if you guys would like to be a guest, we have our YouTube pages in the description. I can put our Twitter pages there too. And we do accept little, hey, I've watched you. You guys are awesome. Let me suck up to you as much as I can. Can I please come on your show?
And we don't mind we don't care if you're whatever you believe in. The thing is sometimes that makes it even better. Like with Sniper Boy. That was always fun.
I miss that. I remember when Loken freaked out. That was the most beautiful moment I could have ever hoped for.
It was.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Zabora.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay.
Richie Jim, be right back. Gotta go use... okay. Richie Jim will be back in a minute. Something about potty. Okay.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's muted.
Yeah, she's mute right now.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's fine.
Can I get my charger? And my bong. I'm gonna need my weed for this one.
Yes, you are.
Oh shit! I didn't know I was unmuted. What, baby? Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my.
Zipporah.
I apologize, children.
What children? Oh, you mean Rays. Ray's a village isn't a child. Last I checked, I think he's an adult. Hi, Rays.
I meant Cece, but okay, why not?
I don't see CC in the chat yet, so you're good.
See me? I'm just right here.
No, they can't see you, baby. It's okay. You can be naked.
Hey, baby.
I'm behind the corner and everything.
my name is Dorian, baby, and
Look at it.
call me.
Honey, Dorian wants your sweet brown ass.
Oh.
He says no. It's taken.
Oh, I've missed you, Zipporah.
I missed you too, Loki. Honey, you brought me my bong, not my weed. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, a good man is hard to find nowadays. So
Yeah.
Oh, the bong spilled.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Sadness.
Yes, Rays, you have a childish sense of humor, but at the same time, you have an adult sense of humor.
Okay. All right, we're good.
I think that's our best guest opening ever, though. I gotta say.
I know. Bring me my bong.
I'm gonna need pot for this one. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the Leon, how somebody can easily dislike the video is a lot of people do, but there is a certain somebody who I have blocked permanently from the chat who
Skittles.
who can still watch the videos. She just can't comment.
Oh man, she's freaking out now. I guess Sekhmet's been attacking her.
Oh my god, she's stupid.
Yeah, she is.
And I do find it hilarious. She keeps changing her channel and then claiming it's not her.
Oh yeah, she just humps the leg of a new god every day, doesn't she?
Well, she still has her Dragon Lady channel, which is the one that I have on permablock.
That's the only one I know of.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me. I noticed this one time when people, like, it was one of her accounts saying, "Oh, the moderators never check the Twitter or never check the live feed." I do check the live feed, and I have blocked a few people, like not blocked, but timed out a few people. So if you think that it is not watched, it is watched, at least by one of us at a time. So
yeah, I'm staring right the fuck at it. I have
Yeah.
the Hangout actually over the video portion of the thing, so I'm not staring at random shit. But
Yeah, I've seen you guys in the chat under mod status, like with the little blue wrench next to your names.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I know you're moderating the chat and everything.
And we read 95% of what you guys say sometimes on the air because, dear God, it's hilarious. Now everybody's talking about sex dungeons.
Yay!
Look what we've started.
All right, so what's today's video? I was getting everything set up. I missed it.
This is a 1989, The Rise of Satanism.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're still finishing up the Satanic Panic stuff.
Oh, that sounds good with me.
Alrighty, let's get into this so we can see how fast Loki goes and grabs a fucking fireball.
Hey, I got that too.
Shit, I have work
Come on,
tomorrow. I
guys.
can't.
Classy wine. Keep it classy. Let's go. This is a high-end show. High-end humor.
Right, because they're British this time.
That's British.
I don't do wine. I'm a whiskey girl.
All right. Well, I got some Yukon Jack. I got some Crown Royal Private Stock.
Oh, I got some Fireball. I'm sick.
I got some Jack Daniel's Reserve.
Ooh.
Dear God, you have a liquor cabinet in your fucking bedroom.
Oh, I do. I got
Someone's
premium.
an alcoholic.
No, you're only an alcoholic. You go to AA and you admit you have a problem.
That's true. AA's for quitters.
Exactly.
I refuse to admit I have a problem. So
You're just a casual drinker.
Okay, we need to get started with this video.
Yeah. Let's get back.
We're gonna be here all night.
all right, let me just present to everybody. Is everyone seeing this in full screen? Or
Yes.
No, kind of. Good enough.
There we go. Yeah, it's now presented.
all right,
Let
let me
me
just
check the.
okay. Our chat,
Yes.
our video in the feed looks pretty good. I'm just trying out a different monitor setup, so I had to ask. So, all right, there we go. This side of the screen I want. I don't want to show that.
It's probably just my phone, the way that it looks on my phone, because I'm in the chat with you.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I can see like 3/4 of the screen. It takes up like 3/4 of the screen.
Yeah.
I see everything. It's just like 3/4 of it.
Okay.
Come on, work properly. I'm just having some small technical issues. This will be sorted out in just a few seconds.
Oh, perfect. Now you had it. Go back.
Go back to presenting. Oh, it wasn't going to full screen like it needed to. There we go.
Yeah. It's not my fault, I swear. I'm an innocent. Innocent. I swear to God, the more I try to fix it, the worse it gets.
Stop. Put it back. Go back to square one.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go get soda.
Oh,
All right,
now I'm
gonna
done.
make
Look at
this
this.
bong.
All right, so we got. Can I hide this? Bloop. There we go. Perfect.
Contains objectionable content.
The rituals you are about to see are not reenactments, but actual ceremonies performed by practicing witches and Satanists in America and Europe. You scared yet?
Caw-caw! Flock magic!
So I don't hear any audio yet. Maybe this is still just the quiet part. Opinions expressed by those are not necessarily the opinions of the producers. The First Amendment of the United States Constitution protects the rights to worship freely. The intention of this program is not to violate those rights, but rather to expose the criminal activity involved.
Wow. Apparently we're now criminals.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I try to break the law every day. Y'all know I'm a Slytherin, right?
Oh,
I don't hear anything.
problems? Let me just skip ahead to see if I can hear any audio. Oh, come on. All right. I'm actually going to take it off video for 1 second. So I'm going to focus it. I started to try to figure out why I'm having no volume. It worked during pre-show when I was getting everything all set up. I think it's my new screen.
It might be.
Share. Yeah.
Well, don't mind the bubbly noises you're going to hear.
Oh, you're having a bubble bath then.
Yeah.
Well, Hellbound Heathen is in our chat, so.
Oh man, we gotta be polite.
Yeah.
I muted myself.
I'm getting no audio. This makes no sense to me.
Do you have the video on mute?
No.
Don't ask me. I don't know what the hell is going on. I barely figured out how to get the messages on YouTube.
Oh, well, let's see. I wonder if we've actually caught on to what we actually called the video.
Psycho Christian. Number 12. We're on.
We're on episode 47, so that'd be Psycho Christians number 47.
Well, no, because we've had a couple of repeat videos.
True.
There you go.
Okay, there's a
there it
sound.
goes.
I have gotten sound. I shall now start my own
Yay, now
church.
we need picture. The Church of Sound.
I just love when you have two monitors and you're just like, okay, I got it working perfectly. And you actually have to go perform and show everyone that you actually know what you're doing. And it's just like, oh, yeah, about that. So, present, screen one, and share. Present to everybody. Move around this little annoying thingamabobber. Just worked.
Oh, now no sound.
It's starting to work.
Someone call the Illuminati. I want my back. Perks ain't worth it. None of this shit works.
All right. Who called the prayer warriors?
Save me from the Jesus demon. The Jesus
Hurry,
demons in our
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Warn a sister first. Fuck!
We're all going to hell. We haven't even started. All right.
All right, you guys hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
See that?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to apologize to everybody. We are now satanic free since '93, so
I like how they have the creepy music.
Some, but not all, worship Satan. Satan!
Teenagers across America are playing with a new and frightening game, Satanism.
if it's too quiet, let me know.
Their school books are marked up with satanic symbols, upside-down crosses, pentagrams, the number 666. Their fashions glamorize the demonic. They are
Is that audio okay for you guys? I can turn it louder.
Many of whom
Audio's
Oh,
fine.
it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
and album covers. For some of these young people, the fixation on
Well,
violence,
the audience saying
evil,
it's a
and
little
death
quiet, so I got
leads
to turn it up a
them
little
to
bit.
commit abominable crimes.
Oh, that's fine.
And human sacrifice. Joseph Beeson, 18, and Edward Bennett, 19, both raised in Mormon homes, drew blood from their own veins and mutilated animals in satanic rituals.
Oh,
But that
damn, that
wasn't
goes right
enough.
against Satan.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
That's pretty fucked up, yeah.
Let me know.
Okay. They didn't even have a viewer discretion is advised warning, graphic, anything, unless it just flashed by really quickly and I didn't fucking see it.
They did. Dorian read it while you were getting your Coke.
God damn it.
What
Of
can
course.
I have the perfect Audible voice box app.
Oh, dear Lord.
I'll read you any book. Just pay me money.
Oh, my God. I love how they're pinpointing certain cases already, and it's just starting. Let's continue.
Okay, so I don't.
Sorry.
Well, I don't even know this case. So does anybody have any information about these people at all? I mean, were they self-admitted Satanists or some shit?
All I heard was raised in a Mormon household. They started drawing their own blood and sacrificing animals.
Exactly. So they didn't do it in the name of Satan. So how do they know they're Satanists?
Well, unless they started it, who knows? We'll find out as I continue talking.
Killed 18.
Circular logic.
Sean Sellers, 17, the youngest death row inmate in Oklahoma, brutally murdered his mother and stepfather because
And this is the one Hellbound last video episode told us. He went back on it and stuff like that. He used Satanism as the whole, like, I'm a rebel.
He faked it.
Yeah.
As they tried to prevent his satanic rituals. Scott Waterhouse, 17, tortured and killed a 12-year-old girl in a grisly satanic slaughter. Pete Rowland, 17, formed a satanic cult with 3 other boys. After sacrificing a cat, they turned on Steve Newberry, the 4th member of their group, and beat him to death with baseball bats while chanting, "A sacrifice for Satan." Richard
wow.
was convicted of 13
They love Richard Ramirez, man.
other felonies.
He's like a celebrity. Christians.
Summer of 1985, he beat, strangled, raped, sodomized, shot, and slashed his victims in a rampage of sadistic satanic slayings. In the spring of '89, the dead bodies of 13 victims, one of whom was only 16 years old, were found mutilated and buried in a common grave near the American-Mexican border in Matamoros. This satanic drug-smuggling cult believed that sacrificing humans in bizarre rituals would give them magical protection. The victims...
Oh my God. Okay, so they're probably talking about, like, Santeria or Palo here, because those are the South American brujas and brujos and that kind of magic that's practiced down there, which is very culturally insensitive of this white bitch to be talking about, because clearly she has no idea how far back this magic goes and how ingrained it is in their culture and how Catholic it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk about Satanism, though. All you need is a Bible and a video camera.
You got to remember, Christians also think that most Catholics are Satanists in disguise.
No, that's true.
Oh, I remember actually hearing stories, and I was raised Catholic, and I've had this too, where I've been asked, am I Christian or am I Catholic? Christians do not like to be associated with Catholics at all.
No,
that's very true. It's because they're very pagan.
Oh.
And some suffered horrible mutilations, including the removal of brains, hearts, and other organs that were then boiled in blood. For those of us who have been involved in cult and occult research over the years,
I have a small library worth of occult books. I should just create a book, so I'd be an occult author, and because I also research it for my books, I could do exactly what she does right there. An author and an occult researcher all in one.
Huh. You got a point there. Though, I want to point out something. From my understanding, what I was told is pretty much a Christian is anyone who has a belief in Christ.
That was my definition.
Christian is just a follower of Christ.
Yeah, that's my definition. If you believe Jesus lived and died for your sins, you're a fucking Christian.
Yep. So the whole I'm Catholic, I'm Southern Baptist, I'm Mormon, they all believe in Christ. They all believe in that story, so they're all technically Christians, even though they don't want to admit it. So when Christians goes, well, Catholics are bad, you go, you do realize they believe in Christ just like you. They just add in saints. You just don't like it.
Yeah.
We could make a whole video by ourselves. Like, we could even do it next week if we wanted to. Picking apart the argument for that. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
are unfortunately nothing new. They are only the tip of the iceberg. Because Satanism is by nature clandestine, it's hard to estimate the numbers of people involved. Not all satanic groups are involved in criminal behavior. But with increasing frequency, law enforcement agencies across North America and Western Europe are receiving similar reports of illegal activity.
Okay, wait a
Satanically
minute.
inspired.
She just said not all Satanists are involved in illegal activity, but there's more crimes going on. How is that even a complete thought?
Yep. She's pretty much doing the whole thing, like you heard about during the American election. Not all Trump supporters.
What about
all Nazis are Trump supporters? It's pretty much her argument, but with Satanists. So
yeah.
He's like, I'm not saying they're all evil bastards, but evil bastards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And ritual abuse, animal mutilations, human sacrificial murder, cannibalism, rape, sodomy, desecration of graves and Christian churches are just some of the findings. Victims are from all walks of life. Their stories are grotesque and beyond human belief. The purpose of this video is not to over-sensationalize a hideous subject, but rather to inform you of a very real problem that is sweeping across our nation.
She's using hysteria, half-truths, and scare tactics, and she's saying she's not trying to do that.
Exactly.
What used to be hidden or secret is now arrogantly brandished in public by Satanists who recruit openly and claim and gruesome mutilations in public places. In this video, we wish to educate you and your family on how to protect yourselves from the effects of Satanism.
Ooh, scary demon. Get your crosses ready. Jesus.
Just want to point out, I don't know what it is about these old 90s like satanic panic movies. Whoever did their audio deserves a freaking beer.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're saying, sorry?
Oh, it was just, it yelled like right in my ear because I've got the headphones and I was like, ah, Jesus.
Today, a growing number of people don't believe in the existence of a personal God or devil. However, many believe in a force or universal power which can be tapped into at will and manipulated, used for good or evil, they believe, by performing various techniques and rituals. Among subscribers of this occult philosophy,
Look at these freaking satanic bastards, all of them. You just know they're scheming to murder children.
I know, right?
Fucking hippies. You get a job, you dirty hippie.
But I have
Look at them
one.
respect. With long hair. They should wrap that hair up and go to church.
Fucking tree hugger.
black witches, and
Ooh.
Satanism and black witches worship Satan. Alongside of that, you have...
Whoa. Did she just say black witches worship Satan?
Yes.
No, they don't.
Yep. Racist.
They worship everyone we do.
Racist.
No, what she means by black magic witches, I guess. I don't know why that they put witches in categories of black and white or light and dark. No, we're just all witches. Doesn't matter what we believe or do. We're just all witches. Give us a fucking break.
I know.
I think Moat says it best in the chat right now. Black witches matter.
Oh my god!
Black witches matter.
Moat, you just won the chat. Congratulations.
Moat won life tonight.
I just love like these old videos, and it is a common, I believe, a common misconception in the occult community about the whole black magic versus white magic, black witches, like in a metaphorical sense, not actual color, like people of color.
Yeah.
But there is no such.
I was making an inappropriate joke.
Yeah, but there's no such thing when you actually look into it and from a deeper level as black and white magic. Even a lot of these Christian,
there's no such thing.
that you see Christians doing, you could easily divide that between white magic prayers and black magic prayers.
Yeah. I mean, I will fully admit, I'm that person who, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I don't believe in good and evil. I believe in chaos and balance. I just believe in chaos. And in the end, I don't see good or evil, but because to me, it's a Christian concept. It's one of those concepts that was pushed upon people that if you're doing this, you're evil. If you're doing this, you're good. And
I'm going to disagree, Loki. Evil. And but I do like your idea of of balance and chaos. That's very Ma'at and Isfet. So that's very interesting way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean, That's just me. I just don't see good or evil. I just see chaos and balance. Fine. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't mean to burp. But I mean, yeah, my idea of when someone's like, oh, well, that's evil is I see it as chaotic pranking. When someone's like, okay, that person did an evil deed. No, that person did something bad. There is that ideal of bad and heinous, I guess you can call it, when it comes to hurting somebody else. I do see that in a different light than I see chaos and balance. I see that as a separate thing all by itself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I see what you're saying. No, it's okay to disagree.
Oh yeah. But when I tell people I don't see good or evil, they tell me, then how can you judge a person's action? How can you not say that somebody who murders somebody is evil? I'm like, no, they're just bad intentioned, and they're just doing it out of what they think is their convoluted version of what they think is right. Because there's still right and wrong.
The villain never thinks he's the villain.
Exactly.
Awesome. This is why I guests on here, man. So many new perspectives, some awesome commentary. And I can just drink my wine.
From my understanding, the black and white thing is a holdover from Christianity, but it is true. There is no black magic. There is no white magic. We all pull it from the same source. So,
exactly,
in my opinion, but yeah,
it's the intention that's behind it. That is what
exactly.
Magic is magic. It's the intention that's put behind it, for it being for a just cause or it being for a harmful cause.
Well,
I agree completely.
The easiest way you can put it too is like you're doing a ceremony or a prayer because you want to get promoted. You could do it in like what would be considered a white magic or a good prayer kind of ways, where like, dear God or goddess or dear God, I really want this. Please help me. Or you can do it in a black magic or a negative way, where it's like, you know what? Fuck these other people. They don't deserve it. I need it. I want to get it. These guys suck. They all suck. You should give it to me. So there's like two ways of the same coin.
So there's the Zabora way. And then there's the Lilocan way. Well, I think
and then there's my way. My way is just give the better person the fucking job.
Oh, screw that.
I think Lilocan put it best when he said, it's like electricity. You can use electricity to fuel your home, execute a prisoner on death row.
Yeah.
All right, onward.
Yep.
Calling themselves White Witch or Wiccans, who claim that they have magic powers, but they only use them to do good.
There's a lot of confusion between Satanism and witchcraft. The two terms are usually lumped together as one. Satanism, as it stands, is basically a reversion and perversion of Christian symbolism.
Stop putting in St. Peter's cross. That's not a satanic cross.
And he's kind of wrong on what he's saying, as far as I'm concerned. The Satanism is just a perversion of the Christian way. No, it's just them saying, no, we're taking back power in ourselves.
But even Anton LaVey was like, you could tell from reading the Satanic Bible, there was some jabs at Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because he thought it was a joke. And you guys got to remember that a lot of witches were so adamant on not being Satanists that they're like, no, we're not Satanists. Satanists have nothing to do with us. And they didn't know what Satanism was themselves. So they were repeating what they heard from Christians, which was they worship Satan, they worship demons, they perform dark magic. And that's all that white lighter perpetuated fluffy bullshit.
Yeah. And seeing that the time period that this is in, I'm sure this person, the leader of the temple thing, also is just repeating stuff that he's heard. I mean, and there wasn't as much information out there back then on Satanism and the Church of Satan and all that stuff that there is now.
Exactly. We didn't have the same connective abilities that we have now, where we can sit here on Google Hangouts in different states and countries and have a conversation. So I can understand him just repeating something he heard. I hopefully, he's learned since then.
Yeah. Moat has a funny little story. A friend of his told them that when he was a dumb teenager, he spray painted an upside down cross on a church. The priest came out and said, St. Peter's cross. Nice work. That is actually, I gotta give that priest kudos, because that is probably the nicest way he could have taken it.
Yeah, that's great though. That's hilarious.
That's a priest after my own heart to talk to and go, we could probably have a great conversation, sir.
And it just goes to show too, like, you may think you're edgy from seeing what Hollywood considers satanic, but then you do it in real life and it's just like, oh, okay, whatever, man. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I could be called satanic because I wear polyester, or I color my hair, or yeah. Anyways.
Whereas witchcraft, or Wicca, as I call it, is a totally separate, autonomous, that has its own form of worship, which is not related to Christianity in any way at all.
When I first got into Wicca, it looked really good. It seemed.
Is that Schnoblin? You guys want to admit?
It sounds like Schnoblin.
It might be Schnoblin.
Vampire Bill.
Oh God,
it's Vampire Bill. Vampire Bill is with us.
Quite innocent and just going out and like gathering.
Oh, come on, show us the face. Show us the face.
But as I got into the higher degrees, I learned that the name of the horned god was Lucifer.
It's
I learned.
Oh, it's totally Vampire Bill.
Even in Scott Cunningham's books on Wicca, it even tells you it's not some grand secret. Like, you don't join a covenant. It's just like, you cannot learn the name of the person you're worshiping until you reach level 3. Collect 3 orbs of Earth, and then you progress through the gate.
Like Logan agrees, Hellbound agrees. It is Mr. BS. Oh God! And the day you're not on here, we have Mr. BS. Go figure.
Somebody get a hunk of his beard. I need to go take a giant BS.
If Schnoblin's stories are true, his beard would be infused with the most magical, powerful essence known as the occult.
Fucking Merlin's pants.
Oh my God, you're right. Are we sure he's not Merlin in disguise and gone crazy on acid?
Merlin is secretly Loki, so that makes perfect sense.
Wait, what? No.
With an inverted pentagram, of course, the symbol of black magic, the 5-pointed star turned with the 2 points up, symbolizing the horns of Satan. And it began.
Oh my God, he looks.
Oh my God!
Look how young he is.
He still has the beard
and hair.
Oh my God,
so wispy and light.
He has hair on his head. That is black magic right there. That is devil worship.
I swear to God, you can count me this right now. If I ever get low on money and I'm about to like kill myself, I'm just going to say, you know what? I am actually an ex-Satanist. My new channel is Exposed to the Occult. Here is my Patreon. Here is my links. Please send me money so I can expose everything.
Oh God.
You need to make money nowadays.
That kind of sounds like it would work too. Because I mean, look at the vigilant Christian.
Yeah, but all he did was like yoga and like Tai Chi kind of stuff.
Well, he's retarded. We know that, but
no, don't say
look
that.
At his channel.
Don't say that. You give people who have learning disabilities a bad name by calling him that.
Oh, excuse me. He's a fucking idiot.
Thank you.
Quite as they
I know you don't, dear.
According to my Bible, witchcraft is witchcraft. God does not distinguish black or white or grey. Witchcraft allows you or teaches you to depend on supernatural powers and spirits to get things that you want on this earth.
Whoa. Pause.
Yep.
Let's get one thing straight. Witchcraft is supplemental. You must still do the mundane work but witchcraft is your booster or your road opener. It is never supposed to be the crutch-all, because you can just sit here and cast spells all fucking day and still won't get what you want.
Exactly. Witchcraft is what I got from it when I first started studying Wicca and paganism and witchcraft. I got it as it's more of self-opening yourself up, self-reliance, showing that you can do it, putting the power back in your hands.
Yes.
Making you realize that you are your own center. That it's not nothing's above you, nothing's below you, it's you. And I know that how weird and cheesy and odd that sounds, but it's one of those things of you're supposed to be taking the power back to yourself. It is supposed to help you. And yes, LOL, bite me, a hellbound heathen. But the thing is I see where she's coming from, but at the same time, again, she says, my Bible says. Well, my books say otherwise.
Well, my Bible says that your chosen people have committed mass genocide multiple times, so...
Exactly! And you get away with it all the time!
If she needs something written down as proof of God, I got a temple in Egypt I'd like to show her.
There's a lot of those. I think I have rune scripts I'd like to go show her.
Exactly.
I mean...
I love how everyone's like, but the Bible says Jesus was real. I'm like, yeah, and the temple walls in Egypt said Ra was real.
And there's at least 1 or 2 rune stones thingies that says Odin is the father of all.
Well...
Exactly.
My mid condition Spider-Man #1 says Spider-Man.
Exactly. My ID says I'm real, and I still question that shit.
I think, therefore, I am. Okay, we're getting deep. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
They do. Their power source is exactly the same as that of Satanism.
Oh, it's not!
What book is this?
I think it's a Christian book.
If anyone in our
I need this book.
If anyone in our chat knows what book this is from, because we're not getting a reference, please let us know. Because in all of my books on the occult, like by witches, from witches, for witches, like the books that I have, I've never read that the devil is the master of witchcraft.
I just think it's got cute illustrations. I just wanted a copy.
I want it for research.
I'm superficial.
Many officials have been reluctant to admit the horrendous ramifications of satanic activity in America and Europe. But
name one. Name one, lady.
Come forward and spoken against the upward swing of Satanism as a serious epidemic that must be considered. David Wilshire is one such person. As a British Member of Parliament, he actively alerts his fellow countrymen to the growing dangers of Satanism.
Once you open up the mind to the sorts of ideas and imagery and history of witchcraft, where is the dividing line between something which is a bit of a giggle?
I would just like to say, how come in all the rituals that we're told about they're naked, but in the rituals they're showing they're clothed? I think for accuracy, they should be showing the naked rituals.
Yeah, I agree. The naked body is sin. The naked body is sin. We can't show that on TV. And it's sin.
And very readily into full-blown Satanism, if that's the right phrase for it, where there are no bounds to how nastily and foully you treat other people for your own gratification.
Excuse me, I'd like to answer that. There are no bounds now as to how you can treat people outside of the laws of you will go to jail if it gets physical. So I can go up and call anybody I want a fucking cunt. What's to stop me?
You're right.
God, is his God going to smite me? No. These are the way our empathy, the way we feel about each other. That's within us, not without us. Composite deity.
If this is also true, that means their God is allowing the satanic ritual abuse to happen.
It's chaos. That's why he's Loki.
Don't put him in that category. He's not that God.
Let's get real. Let's get one thing straight here. All gods are Loki, and he's fucking with us.
Probably. Yeah, I'm trying to find that book because I'm curious about it now. I think it's in a book called The because I actually typed it in that title. There's Mastering Witchcraft, and it looks to have childish drawings of things on there.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably
a patriarchal guide to witch, warlock, and golem by Paul Henderson.
Tell me he's a Christian, and it's a satire type book.
I don't know.
Oh well, we tried.
I'm actually looking him up right now. The book was written in the 1980s, so it may be. It looks like he's done books on the tarot. He's done the coffee table book of witchcraft and demonology. The Dom Fountain Wheel of Tarot.
It sounds familiar, but also not.
The Devil's Picture book.
I'm just going to continue on while you do your research. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, look, Aleister Crowley. Who would have guessed he would have been in this video?
Christianity. In his book Magic, he detailed the proper procedure for performing a child sacrifice. Crowley's powerful influence is seen in such groups as the OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, and Colonel Michael Aquino's Temple of Set, an offshoot from the Church of Satan. In 1966, Anton LaVey founded the first Church of Satan in San Francisco, which at one point claimed 10,000 members.
And also which, in his Bible, the Satanic Bible, says, don't mess around with children. You're just defeating your own argument by bringing him into this.
Yeah, well, I mean, does anybody know if this is even true, that Crowley was a member of the Church of Set?
Oh, no, it said that.
Did anybody verify that?
She said the Church of Set was an offshoot of Satanism.
Well, like, it is, kind of.
LaVey authored the Satanic Bible and Satanic Rituals, two of Satanism's most important books. Astonishingly, when the Satanic Bible was first published, it outsold the Holy Bible 2-to-1 in many parts of America and 10-to-1 on some college campuses. It teaches
hilarious
to goodness, purity, and selfless behavior.
All religions are coming around to Satanism. We're in the very throes of a new satanic age. The evidence is all around us. All we have to do is look at it.
Shemham Parash. Shemham Parash. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
To the Satanist, good is evil and evil is good. The truth is a lie and a lie is a...
Doreen, a former Satanist / Black Witch. But she's also forgetting to bring up that you are LaVey Satanist. You don't believe in the actual Satan.
No, you don't.
Well, if I'm interrupting you guys, you can feel free to tell me to F off or something. So you don't have to...
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just reading.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my mic cut out. I didn't hear what you asked.
Oh, no, it's all good. I just said if I'm interrupting you, just let me know. So.
Truth. Sweet is bitter and bitter is sweet. And everything is twisted around the other way.
The Satanists have merely followed the pantheist way of thought to its logical conclusion. If there are no absolutes, if God doesn't exist, he hasn't set absolute limits to what we can do. So therefore, anything that the self decides it wants, the self can go after.
What's wrong with that?
Because if you fulfill your own bodily needs and desires, then that's not going towards God. So, Satanist.
But we only get one ride on the merry-go-round. Why would God want me to be miserable? Why does God want me to suffer? God sounds like an asshole.
And all of the lustful thoughts that motivate man because this is man's natural feeling.
And therefore, Satanists take that to its extreme and say, if I want to be violent, I can be violent. If I want to hurt others to gain my way, then I can hurt others to gain my way.
It says consequences of actions. So if you're going to do that, expect huge consequences and huge actions to come back at you.
Exactly. That's why we have laws. The only thing stopping me from murdering my coworker is prison sentence, because I'd make it very obvious that it was me.
I think we all would.
There are generally 4 different groups of Satanists. We would like to classify them as the dabbler. Then you have your Satanist. Then you have your non-traditional Satanist, and then your generational Satanist. The dabbler we would classify as the teenager. The teenager would simply learn some things from his friends at school, dabble a little bit of the Ouija board, go down the library or the local bookstore.
I'm offended because I got pretty heavily into witchcraft in my teenage years. And this kind of implies that I was like stupid and didn't know what I was doing. I am offended, sir.
Wow, that happens. We get offended. I'm sorry, I'm picking on you a little bit. But no, I know that most areas will say they try not to let kids in on things like this. If they do have children and they are practicing pagans and everything, they give the children the choice to come or not. But most of the times, depending on the ritual or the area or the group, they don't let anyone in under the age of 18. They do encourage you to read books and study and figure out if that's what you want with your life. But to call them just dabblers is not, it's kind of not fair. They're at the age where they're discovering who they are. And you can even say the same thing about Christianity. Why don't they call teenagers who look into Christianity dabblers?
Because Christianity is the correct religion.
Apparently.
The book and kind of do his own. Not real dangerous, but he can be moved into further areas which could be criminal or dangerous in nature.
The dabblers are the people who are putting the graffiti up on walls, knocking over tombstones, and making a general nuisance of themselves in the public. They are the ones also who will do the animal sacrifices. Really novices. They're considered lower level Satanists by those who are higher up into the satanic realm. The religious Satanists are protected by law. Anton LaVey's First Church.
Oh my God, they're protected. It's so horrible.
I'm just laughing. This is hilarious. The atheist is the religious Satanist.
They are religious in their approach, and they try not to violate any man-made laws because it is not productive for their own self-interest.
Now, the non-traditional Satanist is a gentleman or lady or the group of people who would take certain ideologies, develop a cult, usually polarized around some central theme, oftentimes taken from a biblical aspect, and use that to commit crimes, or they may not commit any crimes, but for what we're talking about for these purposes, the non-traditional Satanist is oftentimes the most dangerous.
Now then there are generational Satanists. These are people who would have Satanism in their family, and it's passed down from generation to generation, just as the name would intimate, and these Satanists would produce all kinds of horrors secretly.
From infancy, they...
But how come we haven't heard of any of these generational Satanists and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too.
They don't exist.
I mean, I know 1 or 2 people who are like, yeah, I became a Satanist after blah, blah, blah. But most Satanists that I know didn't come from a Satanist family, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, I've known Christians that come from that kind of background too. But just looking at it, it's like, how can you call yourself a generational Satanist when they don't even allow you in there until after you're 18? If you are truly going by the book of, truly going by the Church of Satan and everything, like we learned with our last show with the nice gentleman we had. Sorry, names are escaping me today. It wasn't last show, it's the show before that. But, and if some of these things are happening where horrific murders and all that are done in the name of Satan and are buried and nobody knows about it, why aren't the people who are admitting to doing it going to jail? I still want to know about that.
The Illuminati did it. The Illuminati's got the cover up. That's why we pay our dues and we get our 10% discount. Illuminati.
They have learned all these things. They have been molested, forced to drink blood, eat feces, urinated upon, sodomized, and just from generation to generation, it continues.
Many Satanists recall being fascinated with occultism at a young age. Some had been ritually dedicated to Satanist children. One person who remembers being initiated by his grandfather is Glenn.
One year at a family reunion, he took all the cousins, all the little kids, and he lined us all up in a row. And he went down the line just one by one, putting his hand on our heads. And he came back and stopped at me. And he said, "This is the chosen one." After that, he took me aside into a barn where it was private. And he laid his hands on my head. And he said, "At the moment of my death, I pass over all my power and my ability to you."
I was finally given the wonderful privilege of realizing that Satan was the god of witchcraft, and I was at that time made it very clear that if I really wanted to progress much further, I would have to sell my soul to the devil.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit!
Well, it sounds like the devil got ripped off there, so.
Yeah,
I know,
right?
right?
I think Satan got the raw end of the stick on that one.
God, he must be regretting that deal.
Oh, yeah.
The main teaching is that Satan had a part in creating the world with God. And he was wrongfully thrown out of heaven when he asked for equal power along with Jehovah God. And that one day he would regain his rightful place. So we have to make his army bigger. So the more recruits there are in Satanism and the occult on the earth, the quicker his army would grow. And
wait. Is she implying that our damn souls are going to go up and wage war in heaven with Satan?
Yes. That's exactly what she's implying, that anyone that's part of the occult or Satanism, like she quote unquote was, is going to help the devil wage war against heaven to win. Yeah.
And the Christian church.
Worshipping of Satan is not a crime in the United States of America. It's protected under the First Amendment. Therefore, if you see a group of people dancing around a fire, they're not committing any crime. There's nothing that the United States law enforcement can do.
It's not against the law.
So remember at the beginning she said this wasn't for hysteria and it wasn't for to scare people. It's just for information purposes.
All I've seen is hysteria thing thrown in there, like, if you see these people dancing around the fire, there's nothing you can do.
That I kind of took that as like, there's nothing you can do. I've tried. I've called those people. I've called the police about those damn Satanists who live next door doing their peace rituals. Hey, I've tried.
Have you guys actually had a cop called on you for the burning sage before? It's kind of hilarious. It's like, I saw them burning something outside on their balcony, and I'm like, it's sage. This is a sage stick. I have all right to burn it in my apartment and on my balcony. This is why I live in a smoking apartment, so I can do this. The thing is I've seen people call police on neighbors who just look like they might be Satanists, which is kind of funny because they just look at them and they go, no, and shut the door in the cop's face. Because their neighbors are nosy assholes who think that the law is on their side when it comes to it, and that because they're Christian, that they'll be believed over others, which is kind of sad.
You know, I've never had the cops called on me, but I have had people try to use that "I'm a Christian, you can trust me" gimmick.
Oh yeah, that is perfectly I've seen that so many times. It's like, oh, but I'm a Christian. I can easily just give you a ride home. Nope, I'll walk. I don't know you. I'm walking. Oh, but I would never hurt you. God would be mad if I did. I'm like, yeah, I'm walking. Have a good day. Fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Or to be a member of a witchcraft group, you know, or to be a doorknob worshiper. I don't really care what you form of religion is. I don't investigate the religion. It's the crime I investigate.
There are no statistics to prove anywhere in the United States of America or the world that this stuff is widespread. But it's my opinion that it's more widespread than you can shake a stick at.
Based on what? Based on what?
On waving a stick at it.
Prove it, but it's my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to wave my magical stick and therefore it is.
United Kingdom is on the increase. It is, I believe, one of the fastest growing religions, as it is legally known, in this country.
In Britain, we are beginning to see that Satanism is widespread. From the contacts we have through social services, voluntary agencies, and the police, we are beginning to monitor the situation, therefore developing a picture which is showing that we have a very serious problem.
The hardcore Satanists are involved in criminal activity, and for that reason they are going to try and look as normal as possible, the better to be able to deceive you. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're teachers, they're
you, Mr. Bill.
Are in positions of great influence over small children.
Priests, ministers, doctors, police officers, judges, businessmen, oilmen,
Trust no
teenagers.
one. Trust no one. Satanists are everywhere.
That's basically what they're saying, and they're like, well, these guys are Satanists, and because they're in power, they're going to do this. So somebody can't believe in something that's not the same as you and actually have a cool paying job or protect and serve or actually run a church.
A doctor?
Yeah.
Well, apparently
without selling their soul.
Well, apparently our chat room likes to worship doorknobs, so.
Well, yeah, I was reading that. It's like the almighty knob. I fucking love you guys.
Polish it with all your might.
And horns and a pitchfork and a red suit, but they just don't. They could be your next door neighbor.
I know when I was involved in the Church of Satan, they were very proud of the fact that there was not a single military installation in the world that did not have an outpost of avowed Satanists.
Damn it, I should have asked that question when we had the Satanist on.
That was right. Yeah. But what I can see is, honestly, Bill, they should be proud that their belief system is being showcased and can be worshipped where they're at. I mean, there are barely any military bases that have any places for covens to even meet if they are. I mean, that's just starting to become a thing in some places.
Do you ever think the Satanist Reverend we had, Reverend Rawl, met Bill Schnoblin?
I wonder if he has. I mean, if we get him on here again, we should ask.
Yeah. My first question, have you met Bill Schnoblin? And second question, why do you pretend not to know Bill Schnoblin?
Oh my God.
Satanists are
That would
drawn
be it.
because of the idea of war and death. War is one gigantic human sacrifice.
Satanism, we are finding,
said who?
Becoming international and interconnected. They are interconnected in Britain, from one city to another, and into Europe and into America. A lot of money is involved, a lot of finance, and this finance is made through pornographic videos, through drugs, and through arms.
As far as the attraction, I mean, what actually would make somebody become a Satanist? Well, for some people, in my case at least, it was a gradual infiltration. It was a move from things like ESP and flying saucers, and then just a very gradual, many-year slide into finally regarding Satan as my God.
I got into Satanism simply because of the promise of power and wealth. And by being invited to some parties which I went to, I was told I could have those things, but it was a special gift that I couldn't have until I had been initiated.
I think it can be put in one four-letter word: lust. And I don't just mean sexual lust. There is a lust for power that is part of our sinful nature. There is for sex.
Sorry. Though what he's saying, the thing is that's another thing that they say all the time. Oh, they only get into it for the power. They get in for the money. They get in for the riches. I'm sitting here going, I know a lot of pagans and Satanists who are broker than my ass. I mean, if they were really in it for the money, I wouldn't be spending as... I would probably be a lot richer if it wasn't for witchcraft, because I wouldn't have spent as much money as I have on the shit that I have.
I agree. Being a witch is expensive.
And I've saved up for most of the shit I have. I mean, this is years upon years of collecting and gifts. So shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's basically, see, witchcraft, seeking power, you're gonna leave real quick, like, because witchcraft is...
Was there a pair of boobs that I totally missed when you were here? Because that room is going all hail boobs.
There were titties.
There was titties.
All right, because our chat room's just like, boobs, yeah. All hail boobs.
That's because I yelled
perfect tits.
Sexuality.
But
and they're kind of about it as a spiritual lust, as the kind of spiritual itch to want to somehow reach into the unknown. We're fascinated by it.
As a young boy of 13, 14, I practiced magic. When you're that age, there's no limit to the scope of your imagination. And so everything magical that we'd heard of, we tempted, calling forth the
I
devil.
wonder if he cheats on his wife like is.
Well, the look on her face, I think he does. Because she looks like somebody who wants to beat the crap out of her idiot husband.
I got the same feeling. That's why.
But the idea, by the way, Zabor, you're cutting out badly. But the idea that when you're 14, 15 years old, that you can try any kind of thing by summoning a devil or a demon. I hate to say it, some people do try that. And normally they don't get the outcome they want or the outcome that they think that should be coming. But the guy is wearing a toga because he's running a church of... it was a church of... What was it again?
Church of Olympus or something?
Yeah, Church of Olympus. So...
I was just being a douchebag.
Yeah. He's being a Greek kind of looking man.
There we go. We got him right there.
So there's Toga Boy, and his wife looks very unamused with this shit. Because she already knows this is pretty much a slander piece against them.
His wife kind of looks like Morticia from the Addams Family, but if her hair was a little darker.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of... Why would she be with that guy?
Yeah, and he kind of looks like a guy who is in the occult just to bang a gullible woman.
Yeah.
And they put like a whole bunch... I don't know what that's supposed to be behind him.
I think it's supposed to be the altar cloth to his altar that's behind him and his little throne.
All right, because I thought it was just like tinfoil or something.
No, it's a very iridescent cloth, along with two porcelain statues of something that I can't really make out. But yeah, he's trying to give off the very Greek vibe kind of thing to him, and he just looks like a rejected D&D player.
That's what I was trying to like put into my head. I was just like,
and
he looks very pathetic.
He kind of does.
I feel bad for insulting us D&D players, but he kind of looks like one of those neck beards that don't have a beard.
Just watch our chat
We
room.
wouldn't play with him.
Oh yeah, I'm watching them right now. It's great. Now continue on with the video as I'm watching them laugh.
Yes, continue.
Your imagination. And so everything magical that we'd heard of, we tempted. Calling forth the devil, invoking demons. We tried all these things, and with some effects.
In 1981, Mark's quest to experience
So rapey right there.
Oh dear Lord. Okay, yeah, he's a rejected D&D player. End of story. Just that look of he's a rejected LARPer. He's a rejected D&D player. They won't let him play anymore. So he's gonna start his own temple.
He's got a pedophile eyebrow kind of thing going on.
He kind of does, and I can kind of see the little. I want to attempt to grow a beard. I hate making fun of this guy, but he's kind of leaving himself open for it, and being in kind of a smear campaign against another against devil worshipping back then. I don't know if he still runs it or not. I'm gonna look it up again to find out if that temple is still going. So it's the Temple of Olympus, correct?
Yep.
All right, continue playing and I'll find out.
If his ego wasn't the size of the Temple of Olympus in real life, then I wouldn't diss on the guy so much. But his ego is probably from here to the actual Mars.
Yeah.
more powerful side of black magic led him to start his own satanic coven, the Temple of Olympus.
As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, close your legs.
I don't know. I think they're both manspreading right now pretty well. So,
what do you want? Magicians are people who get what they want.
The main theme of devil worshiping follows along the teachings of Aleister Crowley, which is do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. And you break all that down. All that means is to do whatever you want to do. They cater to your
No,
needs.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They always misquote that.
yeah, but you actually have to understand the context of it. This guy is just going in here because he wants to make a point about how evil it is. If you go into facts, it just ruins your argument. So,
how dare I use facts?
So, what was that guy's name again? Because I am not finding anything.
Mark? I got a mouthful of chocolate. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
To life.
Mark?
By calling down these forces so they will be able to manipulate whatever they need.
If you're not popular, you are told that certain rituals, compassion rituals, will gain you popularity. Or
there you go. It's this.
No.
It's the Celestial Order of Temple of Olympus, and I think I found it there under Athenian Council. So this guy has his own very 90s webpage still up.
Yeah. Can you send me a link?
Yeah, no worries.
Or gain you prestige with the opposite sex. And this is something that is also a lure to the Satanists. It's the basic elemental carnal lusts of the flesh that draw them in.
They taught me how to kill someone, a spell, how to kill someone, a spell, how to get someone to lust for me. We had a lot of spells that would you would use to hurt someone. It was just knowing that we had that information there in front of us really gave us a sense of power.
From our experience, a child has turned to Satanism initially because of an emotional reason. We have many more children coming from single-parent families, or where the head of the home, the father, is not taking the fatherly role.
With teenagers especially, the appeal is to rebellion. The appeal is to do whatever you can do to drive your parents crazy.
They want to supernaturally get back at their parents. And we have found a lot of teenagers wanting to do it that way. The other reason, I believe, is because the church has not met the needs of these teenagers. They have not seen the supernatural power of God in the church. They've not really seen the love of Christ amongst the people.
National news coverage brought the demented.
So Jesus Christ is the only thing saving you guys from this.
Apparently.
Crimes of Satanist and serial murder Richard Ramirez into public attention. His crimes included raping a woman in the same bed as the dead body of her husband, whom he had just killed, as Ramirez sodomized her 8-year-old son. Another
Oh
woman,
my God.
allegiance to Satan as Ramirez.
That's brutal.
While yet another elderly lady had a pentagram carved on her thigh. Ramirez arrogantly brandished secret satanic symbols to the press. He flashed a 2-fingered devil sign to news reporters, prominently greeted the courtroom with "Hail Satan," and conspicuously waved the pentagram drawn on his palm.
You don't understand me. You are not expected to. You are not capable of it. I am beyond your experience. I am beyond good and evil. I will be avenged. Lucifer dwells within us all. That's it.
I've heard homeless people yell at me saying stuff very similar to this too. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There's crazy in every creed and culture.
He was a very crazy, sick, twisted individual, and they're going to use the fact that he mentioned something about Satan, that he mentioned devil worshipping, until the end of time to try to prove their point.
Well, what about all those Christians who who did the Holy Crusades?
This is how
did horrific thing to babies.
Exactly, but here's what they do. Oh, they did it in the name of God, or oh, they were punished for their sins in heaven already, or they just don't acknowledge it. And if we try to not acknowledge people like him, we get told we're trying to cover up the truth. By the way, Dorian, can you send the link in the chat? Because I'm still
Twitter.
Oh, my Twitter.
I found more about Mark from if you guys have heard of witchfox, right? .com.
Yeah.
So Mark is listed as a practicing Satanist / founder of the Temple of Olympus. He is also introduced as the lead singer of a punk rock band in London called The Devoted Men.
Okay.
Wow.
A rejected LARPer. He also has his own rock punk band in London.
So he's also a rejected musician.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. He dabbles in everything.
Mark fails at life.
Pretty much.
Today, Satanism can be seen to be more blatant than ever before. Satanic graffiti is no longer shocking, while recruiting, which was once hidden and obscure, is now visibly public, and sadly, youth are the chief targets.
Satanists want to recruit. We know that it's been going on for many years. This is not new, but their arrogance and their outwardness about the way they recruit is becoming unbelievable.
Recruiters will go out there into various high schools and draw kids into the system because they're very street smart, some of these Satanists, and they can draw these kids into it very seductively where their parents may not even know it.
Sometimes they'll simply suck them in through the local high schools, sex and drug parties. They may go to the local bus station, find the runaways down there, Skid Row, or they may come from very affluent families.
I've noticed that these kids are bored with society. They're bored with school. They're bored with some of the churches that are out there.
I have young people calling me regularly, telling me that they have been involved in some sort of animal mutilation sacrifice. And the reason why they say that they go out to these animal mutilation sacrifices is because they're provided with vodka or drugs, cocaine, or free sex.
Woo! Sex, cocaine, and booze. Everybody's teenage dream. Woo!
Pretty much.
So you're having kids come to you being like, I want you to go for this free cocaine, but they made me kill an animal.
But then I had sex, so it was okay.
One girl said to me, I don't really like to hear the squealing animals in the cemeteries when they do their rituals, but they give me free vodka.
Repeatedly, you'll see the drug usage being used. Sometimes the high priest or the high priestess won't use drugs because they may not be able to have that mental, spiritual control over the people that are in the actual coven. But they will then give it to their members.
And so to cover up what I'd seen and what I'd been taking part in, I started taking drugs, which they provided. So that was another reason for staying at the Coven. They were providing me heroin.
If anyone out there knows a Coven that will give you free marijuana, specifically in the Canada area, please let me know. I can't seem to find a Coven.
Same goes for Reno. Same goes for Reno. I need that Coven.
It's
Fuck
okay.
free punch. We want free weed.
This live stream is now paused until you guys tell us which Coven will give us free drugs.
I don't think any Coven will. I think it's a make-believe Coven in her curly little head.
Okay, so now we have to start a Coven and give people drugs so we can be in compliance with Christian law.
Apparently.
Every guest who appears on this show now has to supply us with free drugs. So.
Oh my god. Oh, we're
okay,
never gonna have
but I'm gonna have to have your addresses, and are you really gonna trust me with that kind of information?
Fuck no.
I live at 666 Lucifer Avenue, and
in Hell, Massachusetts.
Oh, I don't live.
God.
Heroin.
The old proverb warning against wine, women, and song has taken on new spiritual momentum. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll is the modern cry of a rebellious youth. Satanist Aleister Crowley has indirectly influenced many leading rock groups, including the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, and Ozzy Osbourne, who even wrote a song about Crowley. Today's music...
Oh my God. He's not a Satanist. I'm so tired of these stupid Christians.
They're always going to be stupid.
And thank you, Witchy Jim, for willing to send me some medicinal products. I'll hit you up after this.
Oh my God.
Out concern for the souls they seduce. Even those bands who promote hardcore Satanism deny that they are Satanists, but admit that Satanism sells and that they are simply giving their fans what they want to hear.
That's business 101.
Yeah.
That's business.
Duh.
Give your people. Oh.
Many bands get their ideas from horror films and videos, which explicitly depict satanic rituals, death, murder, and cruel tortures. Evidence shows music laced with satanic overtones has played an important role in the lives of many of the teenagers who have been convicted of satanic killings. Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, obsessed with the music of the rock group AC/DC, admitted that their lyrics influenced his mayhem killings.
Peer pressure is especially important to the teenager, even more so. We all want to feel accepted, but teenagers need that stability in their lives of knowing that they are able to carry on relationships. And when the majority of their friends are wearing the heavy metal t-shirts and listening to the black metal music that incorporates satanic lyrics, they feel compelled to belong to the group.
I see a lot of them that are getting involved in it. And it started out with the music, you know, not all rock music, most of the things like the black metal or speed metal type things, where they have the heavy satanic type overtones to the music.
Your groups such as Venom,
Ozzy Osbourne made me do it.
Merciful Fate.
Ozzy Osbourne made me kill the bat.
Will blatantly teach these kids various occultic practices.
One of the more popular bands playing in London is a group called The Devoted Men, led by Mark. High priest.
All right, there he is. Oh my God, there he is.
I love how this is one of the most popular bands. And this is the
Look
first
at his
time I'm
hair.
hearing of this. And I listened to 80s music when I was growing up because my parents had it blaring half the time.
I'm gonna have to try to find one of his songs.
Yeah, but he's
for
a
us.
rejected musician.
Good point.
Of the Temple of Olympus. Mark says he receives transmissions from demon gods and goddesses who give him...
my God. Look how scary I am. I have a gun. I am totally edgy.
Worldliness about. words themselves. It's almost as if we're not writing the words, but we're just, our hand is performing the action, but it's not our mind.
Just saying this right now, I'm trying to search YouTube for the Devoted Men, and it's only someone who's taken this video and cropped and snipped this part out. I can't find him anywhere on here, so.
I wonder where they got this video.
He sent it to them.
Devoted men take the music that we write for the Temple of Olympus and perform it in London at the night spots and venues before a live young audience, basically present our message.
The band's main function is to recruit new members into the outer circle of Mark's satanic cult. High priestesses Sarah and Julianne left the cult due to the inner circle's heavy dependence on black magic and perverted sex rituals.
The idea of the Devoted Men, which was the band that they had, was another way to try and get world domination. They thought that by being a successful rock band, that they'd get the money to go to the States and open up an enormous, complex religion over there.
Obviously, Satan dissed them or rejected them because I have not heard of them. I have not seen them, and I have no interest in ever listening to them. So
yeah, here too. And I'm sitting here listening to it. He sounds like one of the other kind of fun little cult leaders who are just making a cult, putting it in the name of something to try to get famous. And it obviously did not work out for him. Even looking at his website, it just looks. I maybe clicked on the contact, and it's just like they do have places actually in the U.S. now. They have it in Jacksonville, Florida, and another place that is Our Lady, the Central Flame and Florida House.
All right, because I'm on Google and I just typed in band, The Devoted Men.
Yeah.
Or Devoted Men, and I can't find anything from them. No songs. I can't even find a MySpace song list from them. So.
Yeah, I think their band went belly up after the 80s.
You can try typing in the Devoted Men UK band. Try in the K.
All right.
When you first joined the Temple of Olympus, you'd attend an outer circle meeting. And from going along to that, you wouldn't realise what was really going on in the Temple of Olympus at all, because that's only witnessed by the inner order. You'd be offering flowers and wine and reading out poetry, and everything would be very sweet and very lovely.
In Britain, we are seeing from the recruitment programs that we are watching and from the contact magazines that we have, that what is being advertised and what is actually happening in the coven are two different things.
We were told to use whitewash liberally and to cover up any signs of any shades of black magic at all that were in the inner order.
And there are many other orders who put on this front of being fairly innocent, but actually when the people are involved and initiated, they see that they're being trained into prostitution, in pornography, as well as into Satanism itself as a religion.
So apparently they're also coming soon to Los Angeles. So look out, California.
Do we know anyone who lives around there? I think we should try to infiltrate them. We'll be the Alex Jones of the Temple of Olympus.
Well, Logan lives in San Francisco. I have a few friends that live near LA, so I can ask my brother if he's up to doing something stupid, which normally he is.
If this is true, Heathen Haven could blow up. We can start selling multivitamins. All we need is All we need is one good video exposing another group, and we'll be part of the woke generation, the woke people.
Oh God, Dorian, no, we can't do that. We can't. Abort mission. Abort mission.
We can't do that
Actually, with you, Jim, they actually have their locations, and they only have 3 locations at this time. Which I'll actually highlight that and see if I can put it in the chat, because I should be able to, because I'm one of those special people.
Watch that they kicked Mark out, and after they kicked Mark out, everything went belly up. It was just like, or everything went good. It was like, all right, now that the crazy stalker rapist guy is gone, everything's working the way it's supposed to be.
Well, so far I'm looking at it, and a lot of their bylaws have been changed recently. It doesn't give a list of members. I don't, which is probably a good thing. But I don't think any reference to him. I don't know if he's still there or not, because even reading their brief summary, it sounds a lot different than what he's saying now.
Okay. Yeah, so they probably kicked him out for being toxic, and now they're doing good.
Involved in Satanism, we basically recruited from the teenage years, but today it's becoming very apparent that they are trying to get children at a very young age, and this is done partially through the use of the media, whether through things like cartoons, which begin with ideas that there is good magic and there is bad magic, and it's okay if you use the good magic. Demonic characters, little demon figurines that kids buy.
He-Man on
He-Man. Fucking He-Man.
Well, you gotta look at this. This is a muscular man who hangs out with half-naked women all day. So obviously these little fully clothed chubby boys are feeling self-conscious. So
you have people calling down power into themselves from occult, unseen, hidden sources through talismans and through chanting. And you have these people saying magic words, and then they are empowered and endued with power.
The
so
power
that,
of Great Skull.
I want to be powerful.
Children are being programmed into occult practices by the cartoons and games and stories that they see on television. It seems harmless and fun and exciting.
Games like Dungeons and Dragons incorporate actual occult practices into the body of the game, where you are...
And that's what I asked him. When we had that satanic living on, I asked him straight up about D&D, and he was able to answer with... I was surprised.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat right now. Hellbound Heathen. He-Man turned me into a satanic human sacrifice. turned me to. Sorry. I love you guys. Holy fuck. But no. By the power of Grayskull, I am She-Ra, bitches. Yeah, it doesn't actually work, and any kid with 2 brain cells knows that.
Actually,
you don't have the fucking
try
sword.
to deny it.
Persona that has powers.
Believe it or not, you can learn spells right out of Dungeons and Dragons. Kids will
No
learn them.
fucking way.
No, no. I will. Sorry.
I'll print out PDFs for all of the cast here, and we'll do a live Dungeons and Dragons spellcasting session.
You do realize I have on my computer, because I found the hard drive that actually saved a few things. So yay, portable hard drive. I have, let's see, I have from 3rd edition to 5th edition of D&D right now, not counting 4th, because that can burn in every layer of hell. But I also have Pathfinders, and I can tell you this one thing: there is no magical words that go with the spells. It's just like fireball or rain of arrows.
So you mean my idea of having a Heathen Haven D&D spellcasting party is already dead in the water?
No. It's just gonna look like, roll a D6. Okay, you cast a fireball. Okay,
actually,
roll a
D20.
percentage.
Roll a D20.
I'm pretty sure
roll a D20.
a lot of them seem to have D&D dice already. We can get them in on this. We'll have like the circle casting in the world from coast to coast. So.
All right,
I am down for a D&D session.
I'm opening Complete Arcania. God damn it. Hate you guys.
Ouija board. I have interviewed kids who have played the Ouija board, and the Ouija board literally told them how to draw a 5-pointed star and how to do a...
Oh my God. They didn't know how to draw a star till the Ouija board told them.
I was about to fucking say.
I totally missed that because I was having a drink of water. Let me just back up. Oh, a little too far. My bad.
And the Ouija board literally told them how to draw a 5-pointed star and how to do a particular spell.
You know what this calls for?
What?
Let's see if this function will work the same. I've always wanted to do this on a live stream.
An occult persona that has powers.
Oh, they don't have it. They don't have it. Wait, there it is.
Right out of Dungeons and Dragons. Kids will learn them from the Ouija board.
All right, I've always wanted to do this. I am sorry, guys. I'm going to slow this right down.
That is fine.
No, yeah, go for it.
Oh, I was not even talking now. What the heck?
You hit pause.
No, I was...
Oh, weird.
I slowed it so much that it just decided to say no to me.
Interviewed kids who played the Ouija board, and the Ouija board literally told them how to draw a 5-pointed star.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to do that. I just wanted to hear the...
I don't think he knows what literally means.
And how to do a particular spell.
When the Ouija board gave us that spell, one of the things it told us to do was to draw a pentagram, and we had to chant a certain chant.
Because that seemed witchy to the fucking Ouija board. The star seemed really witchy, and it was the witchiest thing that it could come up with.
Just saying, this kid looks like he was practicing magic in a super Christian home. His mom busted him, so he blamed a Ouija board.
Yeah. I'm sure that one.
Exactly what it is.
I'm sorry, Mom. So, Bible study, and all of a sudden this Ouija board flew through the window and told me how to make a pentagram and do this stuff. I'm sorry.
It's Satan wanted my soul.
Well, me being the smartass that I am being, I'm flipping through Complete Arcania, and nowhere does it ever say with a spell. It says the incantation that goes with the spell is said is what the 5-minute pause in your action, 5-second pause in your action is. So your character is basically saying Buddha, 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 and you don't actually say anything. You just say, I cast fireball. Fuck you. Yeah, it's like, so you can't really find actual spells in D&D to use for witchcraft. You can say, hey, that looks cool. I wonder if I can figure out an actual spell for fireball. No, you can't. It's called buy the liquor and light a match when you exhale. I guess. I don't fucking know.
You mean I don't need to do any...
Roll a D20.
What was that, Dorian?
Are you saying I don't need to do any Kamehamehas kind of thing where I got to be like, roll a D12. Kamehameha. Whoa.
Nope.
Okay.
You just have to say, I will call down the bolt of lightning or the rain of arrows or whatever the fucking card says.
Well,
resurrect.
Raise on dead.
Sometimes children themselves who have played with Ouija boards, believing it to be a bit of fun. They haven't been able to sleep. They've had nightmares, and their lives have been completely changed because of some involvement which they thought was innocent, which they thought was harmless.
The Ouija board wasn't enough, so we started getting into the incense books, potions, all kinds of stuff.
The incense! Oh, Satan stole my soul through incense. Aromatherapy scarred me.
You can buy incense at the dollar store.
I'm just sitting here going, wow, I've been scarred by the Ouija board. I'm sitting here, but I play with one all the time, and you don't see shit happening to me. So that's why
we don't believe hard enough.
I know. Apparently, we don't let ourselves be psychologically damaged.
I asked for books on the occult, thinking I'd find one or two. There was a whole huge section on the black arts, on witchcraft, on every kind of aspect of the occult that you should want.
What library did you go to?
Dude, yeah, most of those got stolen in mine.
Most of mine refused to carry it because they thought it was too risque for children who come to the library.
Across a prayer to Lucifer. Well, I didn't know who Lucifer was because I didn't have a Christian background. But it said if you pray this prayer for a month, then you will get everything that you want and more.
Satanism gives you a sense of power. It gives you a feeling that you have power over your own life. Of course, it's the ultimate delusion, because actually what you have done is you have totally surrendered control of your life to a demented, brilliant psychopath, Satan himself.
Oh, I thought you meant yourself, Mr. Bill Schnoblin.
To take hold of these promises. And sadly, Satan is such a liar. You know, and
So
he's cheating me. And I care very much. I care very much. They're being conned, and they will eventually die. And a lot of them, it is because they have at some point been involved with the occult. And
it's not that they got involved with the occult. They're going through some mental struggles. You promised them that the occult would grant them all this stuff. So they heard it from these satanic panic people that you go to the occult because Satan will give you all this stuff. They get into all this stuff, and then they realize, oh shit, Satan's not giving me anything. So then they will party too hard and just kill themselves.
Exactly. I mean, to sit there and blame Satanism for mental illness or for depression or any of this stuff is sick and wrong. I know back then they didn't have much of a grasp on stuff like that. And they
but
were
this is
looking
2017, and we should be better than that.
Yeah, but again, look at the date on this video. It's 1989, sorry. And
well, we should have been better than that in the 1980s.
I would wish we would, but I doubt we would have been. Because back then we didn't have a lot of the research that we have now. And I mean, we can look back on these cases nowadays and go, okay, this person was showing signs of depression. This person was showing sign of mental illness. This person had cried out for help and gotten nowhere.
Yeah. That's very true, Loki. It's very true.
And sadly, the let's blame it on Satan is still something that you will see these people do to this day, because they want to find an scapegoat and not blame the person themselves. I blame the mental illness. I blame the lack of care that we have even in nowadays. A lot of people, even with mental ill, will ignore them, will leave them on the street, will not help them, or it's almost partway impossible to get help. And sadly, you see these young teens either committing suicide or turning to drugs or turning to other things because that's the only help they think they'll get. And their parents aren't doing anything but going, well, we'll pray for you, or we'll take you to church, or, oh, it's just a phase. And obviously it's not. And it's really, really disgusting, the fact that I really hate it when even though I know it's back in the time period where they didn't understand this, it still sickens me that oh, Satan did it. It's because of Satanism that they did this. Or it's because of witchcraft that they did this. They're pushing the blame. And that's disgusting to me. Sorry, you can go on so we can stop looking at a picture of a dead body.
Because they can't face the fact that the promises weren't kept.
Satanic rituals are shrouded in secrecy. New recruits are often blindfolded when taken to the ritual location or drugged so that their recollections are blurred and their will to resist is eliminated.
I was blindfolded, taken to the Satanist temple. And when I got in there,
dropped.
Police.
I think Zipporah lost connection. But we have 5 minutes left, so do we want to find a stopping point?
Oh, we can always just stop it at exact. I'll say we're at up 2 seconds. 1,
400 people.
And 2. There we go. Nice, easy 30 minutes in.
So 30 3 minutes, you said?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the.
So it's weird. What I had to do is I had to condense both my screens into a single screen. That's the only way I could get audio
Oh,
working.
wow.
Running off one screen. It felt so weird.
You said 32, correct?
33.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why the board dropped. Press F to pay respects, everybody. Press F. You see the chat room just go all Fs. Press F.
But yeah, my little rant on fuck those people.
Yeah. And it's good to see a Bill Schnoblin. He looked a lot healthier, a lot less Santa Clausy, I'd like to say. So
yeah, he had hair, which that's kind of scary, actually. And it wasn't on just his face.
yeah. So guys, welcome to. I hope you had fun on the podcast with hair, the Hellbound podcast. So
I just realized something. It was the podcast with hair, and guess what? Bill Schnoblin had hair.
Even Bill Schnoblin had hair. That was amazing.
Thank you, Zabora, for coming on. It happens. Yes, go ahead and go to bed. Get some sleep. I know that I actually have to cook food first, and then I'll go to bed because I'm fucking crazy. Thank you for coming. Next week, hopefully all three of us will be back. I don't know if we have a guest lined up or not. If we do, I'll let you know. And we have things in the plotting of the Twitter, so Dorian needs to go read that eventually.
Yes.
So besides that, want to say us out, old mighty person that has control of this bullshit?
I just want to sit here and stroke my wannabe beard while I decide. So,
are you sure you're not a neckbeard in disguise? Do you have a fedora? Fuck you do. Crap, you do. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Run,
so anyway, guys, for showing up. Let us know. You can message my YouTube channel if you're interested in being a guest. You can message. I think is your YouTube channel open for messaging too, or?
I believe so. Or you can easily just message my Twitter, which is at Loki's _ witch. Yeah, it's easier that way. I get more messages that way. Or find me on Facebook at with Facebook Loki's Witch. You'll find me.
My contact information is super simple. It's just right. If you go to my banner, I have a little quick link up there. So,
never thought about doing that.
Anyway, guys, thank you and have a good night.
Night.